Hello, everyone, and welcome to DuBois Central Catholic School. I am Brad Divins, along with John Allen, as tonight we have a matchup between the number one Kentucky Mavericks and your DuBois Dream. Game is just about to get underway here at 7:30, and the Mavericks are coming in as, like I said, number one. Last time they played DuBois, the Mavericks won 138-102, I believe. And we're going to get right into the starting lineups here in a minute. So, John, what's one thing you're looking forward to in this game today?
Well, a big thing is unforced turnovers, which has always been a key to any game, any basketball team. But it's going to be very important to avoid that one big quarter and not being outscored by 20 points in a quarter. That seemed to hurt against the Ohio Bootleggers, in which the local squad, the DuBois Dream, had a big second half against Ohio, actually outscoring the Bootleggers in the second half.
Yeah.
So they have to build off of that momentum coming into tonight's game against this very good Kentucky Mavericks.
Now we're going to go through the starting lineups here. Starting for the Mavericks, number 33, Anthony Jackson. Number 44, Robert Crawford. Number 23, Josh Johnson. Number 34, Nicholas Waddell. And number 45, Jackie Butler. Now we're going to be getting the DuBois Dream starting lineup as you guys get it. We got number 5, Rue Moore. Number 11, as you can hear, Nick Anderson. Number 23, Sam Roselli. Number 31, GM, founder Albert Barrichello. And then number 55, Joseph Lucic Jozek. Those are your starting lineups, and tip-off is just a few moments away here.
And Brad, you mentioned about what was so positive in the last game was assist, as that really helped DuBois Dream against the Ohio Bootleggers was the assist. And the last time they played Kentucky was the boards, as Kentucky really controlled the boards against DuBois Dream. But you're looking at a different DuBois Dream this time, battling against the boards. So this will be interesting. And everybody's heard about the former NBA player and Jackie Butler. He played for the Spurs and earned a championship ring with San Antonio. And also most recently he played with the New York Knicks. So he's a big guy out there on the court.
Yeah, definitely. So that's going to be one we have to watch tonight. DuBois come out with a different starting 5 than usual. Maybe they want to keep Francis fresh for later, Jackson fresh for later. Maybe they're looking for later in the game.
This is the same lineup they used against the Bootleggers the other night.
Okay. I was not here for that game.
We were waiting for that Haas's dinner you were going to deliver.
Hey, next time. You see Butler win the tip-off, from Lucic Jozek. Let's see what DuBois comes out on defense. Looks like they're going to have Lucic Jozak, and they're going to call a charge on Jackie Butler to start this game as Lucic Jozak stood in there and took the hit. All right, so foul on Jackie Butler early. But now you can see Nick Anderson progress the ball. Give it to Rue Moore. Here's Varichello around the perimeter. Gets a screen from Lucic Jozak. Gives it to Lucic Jozak. And he gives it back to Varichello. He wants to drive in on Butler. Pulls up for a shot. And it's going to get blocked. As Kentucky and the Mavericks come back the other way. A very nice pass by the Mavericks. Waddell. Excuse me, that was Crawford with the pass. You see him drive the lane right now. A shot over Varichello, rebounded by Butler, and that's put back for the first puts of the team, for the first points for the Mavericks in the night. Nick Anderson's going to lose the ball here, and now here comes Kentucky man Crawford again as they go out to an early 4-0 lead. You see Nick Anderson, his pass to Varichello gets stolen. There's a slam by Josh Johnson for the Mavericks. There's one of those turnovers we talked about. Can't have those big turnovers in these games, especially against a team like the Mavericks. They're going to punish any mistake they make. As Lucic Jozak finds Varichello down low, but could not be put in the basket. Now Jackie Butler is going to have a nice mid-range shot over Lucic Jozak. It's going to be good. Maybe on your head coach Steve Tucker for the Mavericks. He is. So you see Varichello with the ball. He finds Rue Moore. Rue Moore drives the lane, and that is not going to be good either for Rue Moore. The Kentucky Anthony Jackson finds Jackie Butler, but he gives it back to Jackson, who pulls up, takes a shot. That's going to be offline. Rebounded by DuBois. Rue Moore finds Varichello. Joseph Lucic Jozak wanted to take a shot, but he faked a man. Shot clock down to 13 right now. Nick Anderson looked like he wanted to drive the lane, but quickly decided once he was matched by Jackson. And Jackson picks his pocket again, and Jackson's off to the races, and not a finish. Looked like that was going to be good, but it wasn't by Johnson, as Varichello takes a shot, and that's also going to be offline. DuBois struggling to find the score sheet so far. Here's Jackie Butler, guarded by Nick Anderson down low. That's just a size mismatch right there. Butler at 6'10", Anderson at 5'10". As Anderson's going to check out and give Anthony Jackson his first look on the night. 3 minutes into this first quarter. So, there's Anthony Jackson for DuBois guarding Johnson. And a passing play led to an open bucket, but there's Roselli on the other end. He's going to score a very nice pass by Anthony Jackson of DuBois. Here's Anthony Jackson for Kentucky. Jackie Butler with a screen. A shot by Johnson is up, and that's going to be offline. Rebounded by Jackie Butler, though. Butler to Jackson. He finds Crawford over on the wing. Johnson wants to go down low to a man, then he gives it back to Johnson. He goes in up over Lucic Jozak, and that putback by Jackie Butler. Now here's Rue Moore driving. He finds Albert Varichello. Looks like he wants to take a shot. Finds Lucic Jozak. Gives it to Anthony Jackson. Jackson wants to drive in. Pulls up. Looked like he wants to take a shot. He finds Rue Moore in the backcourt. Now Rue Moore comes in. He's going to lose the ball. He's going to get slapped, it sounded like. Either way, here's Nicholas Waddell for Kentucky. You see the man driving. He's going to step out of bounds. .47 remaining in this first quarter. Kentucky Mavericks 10, the DuBois Dream 2.
Very rapid, as we know that Kentucky's very a fast squad. They keep their hands in after the ball and try to, you know what I mean, block those passes, get a lot of hands in the tip passes.
Lucci's Jozak's 3 goes offline, and yeah, Kentucky's just playing very fast right now. That's something you don't want DuBois to get worn out. As Butler takes a mid-range shot, but that's rebounded by Johnson. Someone has to guard him. No one steps up to Johnson, and he makes easy bucket. That was a 3 from Josh Johnson for Kentucky.
Yeah, Butler uses his big frame to screen out, and then that's wide open 3.
Drew Moore comes in, and his shot was offline. Here's Kentucky's fast-paced offense. Again, Anthony Jackson with a very nice finger roll. And DuBois is going to take a timeout early in this game. They find themselves in a 13-point hole already. Still on? So are we still on? Yeah. Okay, just making sure. So I'm going to read sponsors then.
Yes.
For the first time out, we'd like to thank Headmaster Mike Armanini and the staff of the DuBois Central Catholic School for their support in hosting our inaugural season home games. Without them, none of this would be possible. Also, we'd like to give our thanks to the Verichetti family for their generous support and continued encouragement for our organization. So just 5 minutes into this game, Kentucky out to a 13-point lead. DuBois' only bucket coming off of Anthony Jackson, long pass to Sam Roselli. And if you're DuBois, you're going to have to open your offense up more, I believe.
There's a lot of communication on the field.
There's a miscommunication between Anthony Jackson and Rue Moore. Anthony thought he was going up court, and Rue Moore went back. Anthony passed it right out of bounds. Is there just a slight miscommunication? Anthony Jackson with a nice pump fake. Finds Jackie Butler, who's guarded by Lucci's Jozak, and they're going to call a foul on Joseph Lucci's Jozak for DuBois. DuBois interim head coach Adam Crawford. As you can see, Johnson take a shot here. That's rebounded by Jackson. I'm going to say he was hit, and they're going to give the ball back to DuBois here. Barrichello finds Lucci's Jozak, who wants to give it to Jackson. He does, right under the hoop. And Jackson could not finish, but he recovers. Jackson dribbles around a man. Finds Sam Roselli down low. Sam fights for the ball. Very nice effort by Sam. Rue Moore's going to shoot a 3. And that's going to be offline. Rebounded by Jackie Butler from Kentucky. Shot by Crawford is offline. Rebounded by Barrichello, though. Barrichello finds Roselli. Original shot gets blocked, but then he could not recover the ball in time. As here's Anthony Jackson going up court really quickly for Kentucky. You see Anthony Jackson for DuBois controlling the ball again. Finds Lucci's Jozak, gives it to Barrichello. He wants to get it. He gets a screen from Jackson, but not the typical man you get a screen from. As a turnover again leads Anthony Jackson back alone. Easy.
This Kentucky squad is very experienced. A lot of the players, if not all, have had international experience.
You mentioned earlier about Jackie Butler winning a ring with the San Antonio Spurs. As Jackson could not finish over a defender. Jackson finds Barrichello. Barrichello gives it back to Jackson. And they're going to say he traveled. So since our last time out, Kentucky only scored 4 points, but DuBois has not scored any. I don't know the exact run right now, but it has to be pretty significant.
Yeah, it's a 9-0 run. It was
okay.
10. It was up 10, 0, and then one basket and now a 9-0 run. But the shots just aren't going. The rim's not being kind when they do have an opportunity to get a quick basket. But Anthony Jackson is just hustling all over. He's already, I believe, has 5 rebounds since coming into the game. Sam Roselli with a big hustle, and they're hustling out there after that basketball. But it just seems a little mistake here or there with the ball, and Kentucky is reaching that hand in low to get that basket, the ball, and that shows what the experience they have. And reaching in low, and you really don't see that too much.
No. Yeah, Kentucky's been very disciplined on defense. I just see DuBois took a few mistakes on defense that led to a couple baskets, and you saw Lucic Jozak get caught with 2 hands around the attacker under the net, or in the paint, I guess. And I think you're going to see Julius Francis check into the game now.
One thing about the Premier Basketball League, Brad, you have an opportunity to look at all the games in the streaming that each team provides, and you have an opportunity to look at all the teams in action. And when you can look at Kentucky play the Rochesters and the Ohio Bootleggers playing Rochester, and the DuBois Dream playing everybody. So it's a very nice thing.
Oh, definitely. Played down low, led to a break for Rue Moore. And that's going to be just offline by Rue Moore. He's going to be kicking himself for that one. Here's Vazola checking in for the game. Anthony Jackson takes a shot, and that's going to be offline. Rebounded by Kentucky, though, as there's an open man right under the net. That man, Gerald Devon, checking in as all the starters except Jackson for Kentucky are going to get a rest now.
Yeah, for the Dream, it's almost got to be a near-perfect game from here on, Brad.
Already down 19 points in this first quarter. They're gonna need to be perfect, like you said. As Jackson finds Francis, he almost gets stripped of the ball. As Rue Moore finds Jackson under the net, and they're gonna call that on Kentucky and give Jackson 2 chances at the line. Jackson's first shot from the line is going to be good. He goes 2 for 2 from the line. Since getting picked up for DuBois, Anthony Jackson has been impressive all around, but his free throw shooting might be one of his most impressive factors, as there he is on defense. And they're going to say the man traveled.
Credit Anthony Jackson. Pressure.
Made a play at one end, got back, made the play at the other. You're going to see Lou Payne in the game for the first time as Albert Varichello finds Anthony Jackson. The DuBois has to get out of the backcourt here. They're getting really pressured. Anthony Jackson finds Julius Francis, going to take a shot for 2. That's going to be offline, rebounded by Kentucky. There's Vazola for Kentucky again. He finds a man down low. Very nice spin in the post. Confused DuBois. Man, it's Brandon McGee. And there's Lou Payne, finds Francis down low, and he's going to convert for 2. Julius Francis is on the board. He's going to be a major factor in this game if DuBois wants to come back. Kentucky cycle leads to a shot, and that over Rue Moore. That's going to be good. You see Albert Varichello looks to Francis down low, and the pass is going to be intercepted. But Varichello hustled back on defense, and then Kentucky gets a putback. Kentucky with this aggressive defense already. Jackson gets a screen from Francis, gives it to Varichello, and that three is just going to be offline for Varichello. There's a shot from Vizela in the corner. That's going to be offline. Rebounded by Francis. A tip to Jackson. Here comes Jackson back. And that's going to be an easy layup for Anthony Jackson. Here's Vizela driving in, and he's going to lose the ball, and they're going to give it to Kentucky. So during this timeout, we'd like to thank the Fairfield Inn & Suites for their support of the DuBois Dream. The Fairfield Inn & Suites is conveniently located right at exit 101 and includes breakfast for all guests and has meeting space for up to 30 guests. Please stop in and say hello anytime to the friendly staff. Also, the DuBois Dream team and staff want to give a big shout out to the great team at Everlasting Productions. Everlasting Productions is a full-service production company specializing in video and digital media production. Give Steve a call at 814-503-0050 to book your next wedding or event. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. The score is the Kentucky Mavericks 27, the DuBois Dream 8. And as we mentioned, the Dream are going to have to play pretty much perfect.
Yeah, you definitely want to build on some things that are going to work for you based on the other games. They started Joseph Lusek against out here, and he was bumping around Big Jackie Butler a little bit, so Butler went out and started setting up screens up high and then come battling back low.
See Kentucky. The ball would not finish, or the ball would not go in the hoop for Kentucky there.
These are the kind of possessions, Brad, that DuBois wants to score on.
And Corey Calais misses the three, and they're going to say goaltending.
You could give that to Francis.
I saw him celebrating, so I assume that's where it was going. So that gives DuBois down by 17 now as Kentucky's quick-paced offense. Francis gets back down in the post, and they're going to call a foul on Francis here. As Brandon McGee makes his first at the line, he has one more. As he goes 2 of 2 from the line. Here's Varichello. Wants to slow it down a little bit. Varichello got a screen. Looked like he wanted to shoot a three. Finds Francis down low. That's going to be good. And he's going to get a chance at the line. As DuBois is looking to jumpstart their offense here, get the crowd into this game. Francis' only attempt at the line is no good, but it's rebounded by Varichello. Corey Calais wants to go to Julius Francis, but that was expertly read by Kentucky. He's a man driving under the net. There's McGee. His first shot would not go. He's going to get his own rebound, get a chance, and another shot at the line. As Francis is going to foul again here for DuBois. My apologies, that was actually Stan Simpson at the line instead of Brandon McGee. So Simpson with the and one conversion. And you're going to see Albert Varichello. He finds Anthony Jackson for DuBois. He wants to go down low. He finds Francis in the post. He looks for a man to pass to. He wants to go out around, but it did not work. And now DuBois has to hustle back to get on defense. And there's Vozella for Kentucky. Varichello amongst a bunch of defenders as Jackson finds Francis down low.
Nice hustle on underneath the boards by Varichello for DuBois to keep that play alive, and very carefully not to hit the baseline, and then they were able to lead it up court to get that opportunity underneath the boards for Francis.
His first shot is going to go offline. About 30 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Kyle Vogt is going to check in for DuBois. Albert Varichello is going to take a seat. And Julius goes 1 of 2 from the line here. Corey Calais. Marcus Filia finds Vozella, and he goes up among a couple defenders and finishes for Kentucky. Lou Payne finds Francis, and that's going to be good by Julius Francis. A shot by Filia offline, rebounded by Francis, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, the score is Kentucky Mavericks 34, the DuBois Dreams 16, and coming back.
Hey, we're back here at the Varichetti Sports Complex at DuBois Central Catholic High School, and more of the play-by-play. Here's Brad Divins.
Thanks, John. You saw Anthony Jackson inbound the ball. Lou Payne out there for DuBois. Anthony Jackson gets a screen from Julius Francis. He wants to go in. He's gonna shot get blocked to Francis, but Kentucky's gonna come up with that ball. A shot in the corner, offline by Kentucky. Very nice save by Lou Payne. He is all hustle right now, as Anthony Jackson's pass is just going to be offline. And by intercepted. A man down low. Jackson cannot guard him as Francis tried to get up and guard him. And Francis is going to get the rebound. Andrew Christian checking in for the first time for Kentucky. You see Kyle Vogt with the ball, finds Julius Francis. Corey Calais looked like he wanted to take the three. Kyle Vogt will take the shot, and that's going to be good by Kyle Vogt. Filia finds Vozella, who stumbles They're going to say it was out of bounds. Anthony Jackson for DuBois progresses the ball up the court. Finds Corey Calais, who shoots a three immediately. That's going to be offline. It's going to go out of bounds off of Corey Calais' original shot. Robert Crawford checking in for Kentucky. Filyaw finds a man. Wilford is that man he finds. Christian goes back to Filyaw. Mid-range shot by Kentucky is going to be offline. Rebounded by Anthony Jackson. Here's Jackson. Wants to go to Calais. Finds Calais off to his right. Calais gives it out straight ahead to Lou Payne. Lou Payne gives it back to Jackson. Jackson drives in. France is going to take the shot. It's going to be offline by Julius. Here's Filyaw for Kentucky. He's going to drive in all alone. Kyle Vogt gives it back to Lou Payne. Lou Payne kicks it down on the post to Anthony Jackson. A foul on Robert Crawford for Kentucky. Corey Calais gets the inbound pass from Louis Payne. Julius Francis goes in. His shot's going to be put back by Kyle Vogt. Very nice hustle by Kyle. That is something he brings to this team day in and day out. He is nonstop work ethic and hustle. As Filyaw finds a man for Kentucky, and that shot is going to be offline. It's going to be rebounded by Kentucky. They're going to say it went out of bounds off of Anthony Jackson. Subs couple. It's Anthony Jackson checking back in for Kentucky. He possesses the ball right now. Say Crawford. A mandatory timeout here.
I think they do that for you, Brad.
Yeah.
They got mandatory timeout just for you.
I need it every now and then, you know that.
Okay.
Our players and staff want to thank Haas's Steak and Sea House, where your family wants to eat, located at 675 Liberty Boulevard, proud sponsors of the DuBois Dream. Also, the DuBois Dream wants to thank the Depot at Doolittle's for their sponsorship. The Depot is a unique restaurant with 2 dining options. Dine in a restored 1950s dining car, or try fine dining in a vintage 1913 diner car, one of 4 ever made. The menu is ever-changing weekly, monthly, and seasonally, so make sure you stop back. Come take a ride on the Crazy Train and enjoy your taste of history, located at 1290 Rich Highway, and they are proud to be a sponsor of the DuBois Dream.
Yeah, Brad, when people come into the game, they get a little, you can ask for a special program, and there's quite a few. If you look through the program and see of course, all the players on each team, and on the back, there's several people to thank for the terrific sponsors throughout the year for the DuBois Dream, and special thanks to all the individuals involved in putting this together, and also the concessions for everyone to enjoy, and many thanks. And hashtag Dream Big is what it's all about, and being involved in the community for this DuBois Dream basketball team and all the clinics for the kids. It's just a big part of the community, and you're having a lot of fun to being a part of this, and congratulations, brother.
Thank you. Oh yeah, it's so much fun. It's all about the team, the community, everyone coming together, having a good time. See Anthony Jackson now. Finds Francis down low, but that ball is juggled and Butler comes out with it for Kentucky. Butler goes back down under and he's gonna finish it with a nice slam dunk. Lou Payne hands it off to Calais. Calais gives it down low to Francis. He wants to go back to say he fell. Call a foul on Butler there?
Yeah, I believe so. DuBois was down by 21. They did cut it back to 16 points. Now it's back up to 18. 8:21 to go, as you mentioned, Brad, here in the half.
Anthony Jackson's going to take a three, and that's going to be good by Anthony Jackson. Nice finish by Jackson to get on the board in this second quarter as other Anthony Jackson is going to take a shot, and they're going to call it over the back foul, I believe. As we talked before the game, very experienced officiating crew. And now, DuBois is going to look to answer off that call. Jackson goes to Francis down low. He waits out Butler, and Jackson, or Julius Francis, excuse me, is going to finish. Jackson to Francis has been quite the connection tonight as DuBois is only down by 13 points now. Kyle Vogt, the steal here. And Jackson's going to drive in and finish. Again, that hustle by Kyle Vogt is a game changer.
Boy, yes, a nice play. And again, it's always in spurts. One player will pick it up here and there, but you know they did a nice play underneath the low post area for they call it that little ring down below the bucket there, where you can get those shots in tight. And a nice couple plays defensively has turned this game around quickly for DuBois.
Yeah, they were down by, like you said earlier, they were down 21 points. Now they're only down by 11. Just with 7.5, well, still with 7.5 minutes left to go in this half. DuBois could definitely come within, about 5 points around that. They could even tie it up. DuBois has all the momentum right now. This possession is going to be crucial for DuBois. If they can get a stop here, it might little dampen the spirits for the Mavericks. As Jackson goes to guard the man up top, and that's going to be offline. He's going to be out of bounds when Butler touched that. That shot was Josh Johnson. Lou Payne looked to inbound the ball with a crazy aggressive defense. Here comes Kyle Vogt up the floor. A very nice steal by him moments ago as Lou Payne finds Vogt. Tries to go a nice behind the back dribble, but it would not work. Francis is going to take another foul here.
Yeah, that's his third foul. He's kind of reaching down low, and that's one of those things where we say that was not a good foul at that point, but he just got caught that time. He's going to have to be careful the rest of the way here.
You want him and Jackson have been the connection for DuBois tonight. Speaking of Jackson, he goes in, he finds a man down low. That's Anthony Jackson for Kentucky. Finds Waddell down low. But yeah, DuBois subbed in Joseph Lucic-Jozak, hoping to keep Francis available later in the game. Here's Calais, finds Kyle Vogt, who's going to pull up with a shot. That's going to be offline, rebounded by Kentucky. Miscommunication by Kentucky now is going to give DuBois a chance. Corey Calais, you see down in the corner. Shot's going to be offline, rebounded by Butler for Kentucky. Jackson tried to go down low, and it's going to be off of a Kentucky defender. Off a Kentucky forward, I guess.
Yeah.
Excuse me. As DuBois gets some fresh troops in the game.
Yeah, here he got an opportunity now to come down here and keep it within reason to get a possession with his score. So you've got to take advantage. Corey Clay has come down out of the game there that time, Brad. Looks like he might have tweaked his ankle a little bit.
We will get news to you as it's given to us. We'll see what happened. Looks like Corey pulled himself out of the game. Here's a shot by Kentucky. That's going to be good over Varichello. That's number 13, Andrew Christian. Moore finds Sam Roselli, who gives it to Varichello. Gives it back to Rue Moore. Down to Lucic Jozak in the post, tries to back down Butler. Nick Anderson over other side of the court. It's going to be good. Nice dribble move with a pull-up for Nick Anderson. Another shot by Kentucky is going to be offline, rebounded by DuBois. Joseph Lucic Jozak. Rue Moore wants to hand it off to Varichello. He has to be careful he doesn't step out of bounds. Varichello looks to Lucic Jozak. He wanted to screen from him, but instead he gave him the ball. Varichello's going to take a long three, and that's going to be offline. Here comes Jackson up quickly for Kentucky, and they're going to say he was.
Oh, it's every time Varichello has the ball, they're saying right away, there's three. So they've scouted DuBois a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely Kentucky does their homework in this league. As Jackson.
Well, you play teams at least 3 or 4 times in the league, so after the first 3 games, you know who's been doing the damage against you. And
yeah, I saw last game, Varichello against Kentucky. Varichello ended up with, I believe, 17 points. Mm-hmm. So they know that's a man they have to watch. As Jackson's 2 shots in the line are good. So here's Varichello progressing the ball up the court. He looks for a passing option. He finds it in Rue Moore. Rue gives it back to Varichello. He wants to go to Nick Anderson. Varichello drives the lane. He's going to pull up and take a shot, and that's going to be good by Albert Varichello. Contested shot by Varichello as Jackson backs down a man, and that's going to be.
Looked like he touched the rim, and that's what the coaches and the players were up in the air about that time. You got to answer. You got to come right back with a basket.
Yep, you got to put it out of mind, I guess. As Varichello finds Rue Moore. Rue Moore wants to drive the lane himself. He gives it to Varichello. It might have been blocked by Butler.
Yes, he got that big hand up in there.
Varichello's going to shoot a 3. That's going to be offline. Rebounded by Lucic Jozak, though, and put back by Joseph Lucic Jozak. He step out of bounds on the far side?
I believe so. Our referees tonight, I think we mentioned it, that Ken Witch in New Jersey. He's been doing this for 7 years, Brad. He has experience. And Tracy Stampton, he's from Montclair, New Jersey. He has 20 years experience, including a high school level. Now, I did ask him what was his favorite memory or favorite moment. He said he was doing a state playoff game, and it was a girls, and he says that was the best game he's ever officiated. And Jerry Middleton, he's from Richmond, Indiana, and he says he's been in this league since year 1 at the Premier Basketball League. So he's been around. This is his second time here, so at the Varischetti Sports Complex, officiating a DuBois Dream basketball game in the league. So that's a very interesting sidekick story there.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned very experienced officiating crew. Yeah. So they've seen pretty much just about anything you can see in the game.
So I guess you could say traveling for the officials is an understatement.
You got that right, John. So Rue Moore and the DuBois Dream have a chance to answer here. Back-to-back buckets. Varichello finds Anderson. Anderson gives it to Roselli. He wants to back the man down the post. He gives it out to Rue Moore, who comes in with a nice layup, and that's going to be offline, though, for DuBois. Rue Moore is going to hustle back on defense. Early game might have bothered him a little bit. As passing by Kentucky opens up a man. The man was Nicholas Waddell for Kentucky.
Yeah, Moore's coming off a 30-point performance against Ohio, the Bootleggers.
He definitely has game-changing ability. It's something Rue Moore has. Nick Anderson's going to take a long shot just shy of the bucket. Jackson finds Crawford in the corner. It's Waddell. You see now guarded by Roselli for DuBois. There's a man open in the corner. Is that Christian? And that shot's going to be offline.
Sam Roselli with the rebound.
Albert Varichello is going to get hit hard, and they're not going to call that. Nice play by Christian to step around a man. Rue Moore gets a screen from Lucic Jozak. Tries to find a lane to the bucket, and he does. And that layup is going to be good by Rue Moore. He's heating up this quarter. Lucic Jozak guarding in the post. And the ball is going to be offline. Nicely guarded again by Lucic Jozak. Rue Moore is going to pull up with another shot. Offline. It's going to be rebounded by DuBois.
Turnover.
Amidst confusion, and Lucic Jozak was pushed. It's Andrew Christian, the foul there.
Just under 2 minutes, as Brad pointed out, before the half. 16-point lead.
But there is no surrender. No.
Oh, the clock kept running.
There is no forfeit in this DuBois team.
Yeah. Just checking the equipment there. Right?
So
you notice the new features on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, and some
Everything.
great sponsors there too.
Yep, as you will be able to see at halftime, our sponsors above our screen, and a very slick scoreboard display too we have going on. Hope everyone appreciates that. If anyone has suggestions, comments, feel free to email them to duboisdream@gmail.com. We'd love to look over any suggestions you have.
Yeah, and the players and the DuBois Dream are happy to respond to your questions, and they enjoy that very much. Even if it's one of your favorite players on the team, they like to respond to any of your questions. So they definitely enjoy that. The players individually and the members of the team, and we'd even want to get a shout out to one of the players, and or if you want to say hi to Brad, just put hashtag Dream Big.
I'll see it. Lucic Jozak's first free throw is going to be good. He was working on that pregame with Julius Francis, both the big men working on their free throw game, looking to improve their game down low. As Lucic Jozak's second shot. They're going to call it, let's say, do it again. Man stepped into the paint too early. Lucic Jozak's second shot is still offline. Almost a turnover for DuBois, but they're going to have to hustle back now. They had a lot on offense there. Here's Waddell. Anthony Jackson has the ball for DuBois now. Finds Rue Moore. Kyle Vogt back on the floor for DuBois, looking for a jump start in this offense. Lucic Jozak steps back. Looks like he wants to take a three. Varichello will take the three. That's going to be offline. Corey Calais is back on the bench for DuBois. Head coach Steve Tucker barking out commands of his team as it was a steal. I'm going to say it went out of bounds off of DuBois, though. Anthony Jackson for the Mavericks. He looks to go, he tried to go down low, and it was tipped by Anthony Jackson for DuBois as Waddell spins around Lucic Jozak, but it would not go. Now here's Rue Moore. Finds Varichello, who shoots another three. And that's going to be good by Albert Varichello. That might be the jump start this offense needs. Under a minute to go in this half. Down by 14 points is DuBois. As there's Waddell down low, that's an easy finish. Anthony Jackson tries to pass it to Lucic Jozak, but it would not go. Stolen by Kyle Vogt. What a game by Kyle so far. As Lucic Jozak's gonna get blocked.
Goaltending. Joseph Lucic Jozak gets the basket.
So that Kentucky only has a 14-point lead now. I think if you're DuBois and you go in under about a 10-point deficit, you should be motivated from that. As Anthony Jackson comes up the court quickly, he tries a fancy pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. And DuBois can play for the last shot here. Again, the hustle by Kyle Vogt causes problems for the Mavericks.
I think they want to get Joseph out of there just for foul reasons. Oh, that could have been
Rue Moore lucky he didn't get called there.
Yeah, or an elbow.
DuBois,
10 seconds.
Jackson drives in, and he's going to get fouled. Jackson's going to get his 2 chances at the line.
Now they'll put Joseph Lucic Jozak back in for a possible offensive board.
Jackson's first shot is just going to be shy. A lot of confusion by DuBois here. Lucic Jozak wants to get this rebound. But Jackson's second shot is going to be good, and Kentucky's going to want to advance this ball quickly. There's only 7 seconds remaining on the clock here. Jackson drives in. The shot is going to be offline. That's also going to go just wide. As we've hit the halftime here, Kentucky Mavericks 55, the DuBois Dream 42. We'll be right back with more sponsors and a half wrap-up. We're back here with just 2 minutes remaining in the halftime, excuse me. The Kentucky Mavericks 55, the DuBois Dream 42, and now John's going to read some stats, some important stats from important players. Go ahead, John.
I was going to read over here, but you have the microphone over here, Brad, so I'll get this right before it's all over with, before the end of the season. But yeah, tonight's game, it's 55-42 at half. I'm sure you've been following along with our technical advisor here, Nolan Fairman. And we thank our DAX stats, too, for this information. Top scorer here for tonight for the Kentucky Mavericks with 10 points tonight is Jackie Butler. He has a total of 10 points, and he also has a total of rebounds for 6 tonight to lead their way. In addition, for scoring for the DuBois Dream, a couple of players in double figures, including Julius Francis with 12 points and Anthony Jackson with 10. Now, Jackson has 5 rebounds, and Francis also with 6 rebounds. More importantly, however, you can imagine, the points are all, if you look at the whole roster for Kentucky, everybody has a basket tonight, and that's pretty impressive. So they really have spread the wealth around for the Mavericks. Here's the key stat. Kentucky has 11 assists, and they have 12 turnovers. Now, for the Dream, they have 9 assists and 13 turnovers, and that's the kind of stats that the coaches will break down and look and go into the halftime and make those say, hey, you don't do this and you don't do that. But for the Dream, they have 9 assists and 13 turnovers. Now, the last game, the DuBois Dream against the Ohio Bootleggers had 30 assists, and that's something those are the kind of numbers that coaches break down. Some coaches don't really look at numbers. They look at what they saw out there on the court and say, hey, we shouldn't be doing this, we should be doing that, and adjustments are made. Now, if you're Kentucky, you're used to really getting out there on the court and really flow and move around and get your job done, and then you're it. But if you're DuBois, you have nothing to lose because you're really playing hard in front of the home folks tonight. So with this afternoon's third quarter play-by-play action, the voice of the Dream, Brad Divins.
Thanks again, John. As you see, starting out this third quarter, this half, Albert Barrichello for DuBois. He finds Lucic Jozak and wants to dribble in. He gives it to Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson, room more. He's going to find Lucic Jozak under the hoop. And Lucic Jozak could not put it back, but he's going to get fouled on the way.
Looks like
he stepped out of bounds. Thought I heard contact on Lucic Jozak here. But DuBois is going to get a chance to keep the ball. Barrichello inbounds to Lucic Jozak, guarded by Butler. We've talked about a bunch. And then Butler's going to take another foul here. You can see Barrichello again get a chance to inbound. He finds Rue Moore. Barrichello switches sides of the court. Lucic Jozak, Sam Roselli under the net. We predicted him to have a big half here. Lucic Jozak finds Barrichello. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He has to decide what to do here. Gets a screen from Lucic Jozak. He's going to have to take the shot here. He's going to, and that's going to be offline, but it's going to be rebounded by DuBois, out of bounds off of, almost saved by Joseph Lucic Jozak. You can see Julius Francis come out, clean the floor. Anthony Jackson now for Kentucky. Crawford finds Butler over in the corner. Butler's shot's going to be offline. Rebounded by Waddell, though. It's going to be foul on DuBois here.
Yeah. That previous play underneath the boards, Jackie Butler showing his sportsmanship. He always knows he helps up the guys on the floor there, helping up Joseph Lucic. He's been through the works and the wars in the NBA.
I'm sure he's been through plenty. First shot by Waddell is offline. Waddell's going to get a second chance at the line here. That's going to be good by Waddell. Barrichello and Rue Moore in the backcourt for DuBois. Nick Anderson looked like he wanted to take the shot, but Barrichello gives it to Lucic Jozak. It looked like he wanted to hand it to Barrichello, but almost a nice play by Lucic Jozak. He's going to hustle back to try to get in the play here. As Jackson finds Waddell down low, and that's going to be good. Long pass by Rue Moore to Joseph Lucic Jozak, guarded by Butler from Kentucky. Hands it to Barrichello. Tries to get around Johnson. Lucic Jozak pump fakes a man. He goes to the net, and he's going to get fouled in the way there. Lucic Jozak with a deadly pump fake.
Pretty slick move by Jozak that time. He went up like he was going for three. He drew Butler way up in the air, and then as soon as he got him in the air, he just kind of ducked under and went into the into the paint area there.
We saw him do that a few times as Joseph's first shot is offline. DuBois trailing by 16 here, just 2 minutes into the half. This game still is going to get interesting. Lucic Jozak's second shot is also offline. Kentucky's going to get a chance to answer here. Butler down low. Lucic Jozak thought he was interfered with there. Nick Anderson closely guarded by Jackson by Kentucky. Nick Anderson fooled Jackson a little bit. He probably not happy with that. Nick Anderson wants to drive the lane now. He finds Rue Moore on the other side. Rue Moore's shot is going to be offline. Rebounded, shot by Nick Anderson. Rue Moore's going to step back and take a shot offline. Rebounded by Joseph Lucic Jozak. Big possession for DuBois here.
Some quality minutes for Lucic Jozak for the DuBois dream there.
That's what he provides. He provides stability. He is part of the chorus always. Now, Nick Anderson, you saw Anthony Jackson, Julius Francis check in. Francis trying to back down Butler. He loses the ball. He finds Barrichello. Barrichello's going to shoot the three, and that's going to be good by Albert Barrichello. DuBois trailed by 15 now. Jackson. Butler hands it off to Jackson. Jackson's going to take a three, and that's going to be offline. Rebounded by Waddell, though, for Kentucky. He loses the ball, goes back up, loses it again, and it's going to go out of bounds on Kentucky. Big three by Barrichello there. Nick Anderson finds Rue Moore inbounding the ball. And Barrichello's going to shoot a three again. That's going to be offline. Last time I was here, Barrichello heated up, knocked down 3 or 4 threes in a row. Here's Butler at the top of the key. Finds Jackson. Jackson going to pull up, take a shot, and that's going to be good by Jackson for Kentucky. Johnson for Kentucky taking a foul there. Rue Moore controlling the ball. Rue Moore pulls up, takes a shot, and that's going to be offline. Out of bounds, the Kentucky defender, Wilford. tipped the ball trying to get the rebound. DuBois is going to get a chance here again. Trailing by 17. There's Julius Francis with the ball. He wants to take the shot, and he does. Offline. Almost caught by Jackson. And Jackson goes the other way, and Wilford's going to make up for his mistake. Anthony Jackson and Julius Francis could not connect. Be easy layup. And DuBois is going to take a timeout. So that gives me a chance to say thank you to Fat Kids Sports Bar, located at 243 West Long Avenue, serving the best Philly cheesesteaks this side of Philadelphia. Call them at 371-3355 or 591-1999. Stop in to see their menu of sandwiches, burgers, and other terrific selections. Thank you for supporting the DuBois Dream. Also, we'd like to say thank you to Johnson Motors and Johnson Subaru, where you'll find great new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs with great service to follow. Support our sponsors for their support of the Dream. And we're getting back into the game here. 7:50 remaining in this third quarter. The Mavericks 66, the Dream 45. Slow start for both teams, really, in this third quarter.
That was 52 to 55-42 in the end of the half.
So Kentucky came out up by 21 right now. And Rue Moore is going to get fouled. Rue Moore's going to get 2 chances at the line. Rue Moore's first shot is going to go offline. Still gets another chance. Rue's second shot is going to fall. And DuBois looks to get back on defense. Anthony Jackson for Kentucky, 33. And Wilford for Kentucky, that's going to not go, but Francis could not grab the rebound, and they're going to put that back. Stan Simpson for Kentucky. Varichello pulls up, takes a 3, rebounded by Kentucky. Varichello's 3 just not dropped that time. Looks like, yeah, DuBois is going to get possession of that ball. Varichello got a hand on it, but so did the Kentucky player. He didn't quite see who that player was. Here comes Varichello with speed. Wants to go around the man, tries to go in for the layup. He's going to get blocked. Simpson for a layup for Kentucky, and he's going to get a chance to add one at the line.
That's not a 2-shot foul. I believe they're in the bonus already. Huh? They're not.
Oh, yes, they are. DuBois might run into foul trouble here. Kentucky's rebound his free throw is offline, but it was rebounded by Kentucky. And this is where, if you're DuBois, you have to settle in and get some points on the board, really. Got to make use of every possession you have. Nick Anderson, you hear Julius Francis calling for the ball. Nick Anderson's going to go up, and good. Nick Anderson, a very nice contested layup. DuBois has to get back here. There's Wilford for Kentucky. Shot was good, and that was Devon. The Mavericks have a 74-48 lead right now with 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Nick Anderson looks down low in the post to Julius Francis. He tries to back the man down. Wants to spin around. He's going to get stuffed on the way up. Here's Devon against Nick Anderson. He's going to just fall down. Well, Jackson's going to take a 3, and that's going to be offline by Anthony Jackson. Devon's still down on this end of the court. Kentucky 23 drives in. Looks like it was blocked by Anthony Jackson. Jackson's going to go up again. Oh, there's a miscommunication. See on your screen right now a limited keepsake ticket that you get for coming to the DuBois Dream inaugural season home games. If you want to get one of those, make sure you stop down at one of our final home games and you'll be able to receive one of those. And you will show your support for the DuBois Dream in our inaugural season.
Well, it's just a beautiful memento to keep for yourself. And always remember, that's a great supporting of the DuBois Dream. It's just a beautiful coloration. I don't know who designed that, Brad, but they did a perfect job on that.
Yeah, it looks very good.
And thanks to Nolan Fairman for displaying that for you on our stream.
Done a very good job as being our technical producer, running everything behind the scenes that allow us to talk to you, to allow you to hear us, see us, everything going on around. It's a 5:28 remaining in the quarter. Kentucky went on a bit of a run here. Score is 74-48. DuBois trailing by 26. Either way, we're getting back into play here.
Yeah, they've outscored, Kentucky's outscored DuBois here, the Dream, 19-6 in this quarter.
Or this way. Kentucky came at the end of the half. They might have been afraid DuBois was coming back. Now they can relax a little bit, but that shot is going to be offline by Filion as Jackson wants to give it to Francis down low. It's going to be slam dunked by Julius Francis as that gets the crowd back into it. DuBois trailing by 24 now. Barrichello almost with a steal. Might have been the highlight of the night for DuBois. And Francis is going to work really hard here. He's going to get that rebound for DuBois. If you're DuBois, you want... What's the call going to be here? It's going to be on Kentucky.
Yeah, Jackson just gets the ball and he says, I'm just going to go in here, and then gets that little slap foul.
Jackson has been a huge part of this team's offense ever since his acquisition. And DuBois has their scores in now. They're going to want to see if they can limit this deficit. Jackson's first shot is going to be good. DuBois 51 points so far. And Jackson goes 2 of 2 from the line that time, giving DuBois down by 22 now. Filion's going to drive in and vote. Finds a man at the top, right outside three-point range, and that's going to be offline. Kentucky's been really quick to rebounds, though. That three's also going to be offline. Rebounded by DuBois. Careful, Jackson didn't step out of bounds there. Here comes Jackson again, a high motor. He finds Francis, but it just goes off fingertips of Julius. And Barrichello is going to be the only one back, and there's going to be a beautiful finish by Mike Crane. First time calling his name tonight. Oh, that wasn't Mike Crane, that's why. Because Stan Simpson. My apologies to anyone listening. I saw the one, thought I saw 2 ones, I only saw one. So Filion for Kentucky is going to control the tempo here. He finds Willard. Willard's three is just offline now. Jackson's going to come up the court again. Gives it to Rue Moore. Rue Moore might have been hit on the wrist there, but they're not going to call that. Ball out of bounds on Kentucky. Nice defensive effort by Albert Barrichello there. Kyle Vogt and Anthony Jackson hook up here. Jackson kicks it down low to Francis. Francis tries to go up. It's going to be blocked again. Barakella's going to look like he wanted the three. And here comes Jackson. He fades away, and that shot's going to be good. Kentucky's head coach is livid right now about Francis being in the paint in that possession. Rue Moore guarding Willard. Offline rebounded by Rue Moore for DuBois. And here comes DuBois up the court quickly. Anthony Jackson gives it back to Moore. And that shot by Rue Moore is going to fall. Rue Moore, Anthony Jackson, the connection again. DuBois down by 20 here. Late in this third quarter, here's Wilford, excuse me. Guarded by Jackson. Man, the post is. Take another media timeout here. The score is a Kentucky Mavericks 76, the DuBois Dream 56.
Yeah, it's they have Anthony Jackson for Kentucky's been on the bench there this third quarter. As the teams get down to this point in the season, they rotate players in and out. DuBois has done it with Coach Adam Crawford's done a nice job rotating the players, trying to get the right combinations and getting an influx of players, just trying to move things up and set some players around. And everybody's been contributing tonight, for both squads. You can see the coaches moving different players around. And one thing, too, is, again, we've seen the Dream the last few games have really clicked together and put some serious, action together, Brad, and, looking for that the program. And they're very happy with what has been going on, and they know that the wins will be coming, and it's just a matter of, with the community involvement. We've talked about that so much and how the area community has supported this team from day one, and they're continuing here. And you're in a part of the season now where the Kentucky Mavericks are top of the top of the list here as far as their minds are focused down the stretch here, because they got a couple of tough games coming up against the Ohio Bootleggers and the Rochester Razor Sharks. And they're focused on, they're not looking ahead. As everybody knows, you never look ahead. But they got those couple of games coming up where the DuBois Dream, their next game is Saturday at Washington against those Warhawks. So, nobody looks ahead in this league. They still got this plenty of time here in the third with 2 minutes in the whole fourth quarter. That anything can happen here.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're listening, make sure you stay tuned in. Looking at the DuBois uniforms here. They're back into action here as you see Anthony Jackson for DuBois with a nice steal. And here comes Kyle Vogt, and Jackson almost gives it back to Kyle Vogt. And that would have been probably an easy layup for either one. A kick ball on it for Albert Brankello. Ben Vozola, excuse me, for Kentucky inbound of that ball, and that's him controlling the ball right now. Guarded closely by Albert Varichelli. He shoots a three. That's going to be offline. Rebounded. Caught by Waddell. Long range pass. Ball going to be tipped out of bounds off Kentucky, and DuBois is going to recover in their own end. Julius Francis in the post. Albert Varichello sizes up the man. He wants to take that shot. He's going to get a screen from Julius Francis. Corey Calais gives it down to Francis. He backs the man down. He's going to put the easy bucket up over Waddell. There's Mazzola, finds Filyaw. Filyaw finds that man. There's Mike Crane that we had talked about earlier. Anthony Jackson for DuBois. Dribbles into the lane, and he's going to convert and get another chance at the line.
Jackson does a nice job. You know, a lot of these guys switch from right to left to get that extra basket and go into the line.
Jackson's shot is good as he converts the and one attempt. Kyle Vogt, aggressive defense on Filyaw here. This is Bozella for Kentucky. Offline, rebounded by Waddell. A little confusion for DuBois there. And Waddell's second attempt is not going to go, and then Bozzola is going to get a chance at the line now for an and one. Call is going to be on Albert Varichello. Mazzola's shots offline. Here's Waddell. They're going to call a charge on Kentucky. Anthony Jackson took a very hard hit there. Nick Waddell. Here's Albert Varichello with a quick three is offline. Could be rebounded by DuBois, but it is not. Kyle Vogt's steal is not going to count. He has been hustling all over the court tonight.
Got some good basketball action here tonight. I always wondered, Owensburg, Kentucky, how far away that was from Windstar Farms, where a lot of the great horses are raced there for the Kentucky Derby, which is coming up here before you know it in May.
Yeah. 2 months away. Be interesting to ask coaches in that team. And Varichello's going to convert.
Yeah, they need some more of those crooked numbers before this game's over.
Absolutely. Kentucky's going to get play for the final shot of this quarter. Filyaw drives in, and he's going to convert over top of Anthony Jackson and Kyle Vogt. Varichello with 3 seconds left is going to take the three. That's going to be offline for DuBois.
Well, the good news there, they were able to set it up to take that final shot.
Yeah. At the end of the third quarter, the Kentucky Mavericks 84, the DuBois Dreams 64.
And some of the great sponsors bringing you tonight's game include, be sure to visit Cookie Creations at the DuBois Mall to get your official dream cookies. And we promised you that Brad did save everybody some. Look for that terrific, great taste, and thank Lori for also supporting the DuBois Dream. In addition, thanks to M&M Scotto's Pizzeria, as Tony Scotto's superior and proprietor of the event of his pizza shop is open 11 to serve you great pizza, and stop in at 5522 Schaefer Road at Unit 125 at the DuBois Mall, or call 371-1115. Thanks for supporting the DuBois Dream. Also a big DuBois Dream thank you to Carol Foltz at Caldwell Banker Developer Realty for coming on board and supporting the team. And thanks, Carol, for supporting the DuBois Dream.
Very generous sponsors that back this team. Couldn't be done without it. Like we mentioned before, if you'd like to become a sponsor, you can also email duboisdream@gmail.com. As we're going to start the fourth quarter here. Kentucky trying to find a man to inbound the ball. And now we're going to get this fourth quarter started. DuBois trailing by 20 here. Ilya finds Waddell down low. Sam Rozzelli in post. Lou Payne in the game for DuBois now. He's going to give it to Corey Calais. Calais finds Sam Rozzelli. Rozzelli gives it back to Payne. And they're going to have to take the backcourt violation.
Yeah. Kentucky outscored DuBois 29-22 in that third frame there.
Kentucky started on a large run. Good to see DuBois come back and almost even it up. Zola's shot is going to be offline. Rebounded by Kentucky's Fillion. Man, Devon going to get fouled. It's Joseph Lucic-Jozak on the foul again. Devon's first shot at the line was good. Just 1 minute into this fourth quarter. Devon's second shot offline, rebounded by DuBois, but quickly taken by Kentucky as the man could not finish. And now the DuBois defenders leave a man wide open on the other side. That shot's offline also, still rebounded by Kentucky. There's Fillion for the Mavericks. Finds Crane. Crane wants to drive in. He does, and he's going to get a chance to add one at the line. Shot for Kentucky is going to be good. DuBois. Advance the ball up the court. Rue Moore is going to walk around a screen. Finds Corey Calais. Calais gives it back to Rue Moore. He's going to pull up, take a shot. That's going to be offline. Rebounded by Calais. Nice effort by him. Calais with a nice pass to Rue Moore down low. Nice connection between those two. Kentucky finds man closed, and they're going to call it 3 seconds. Albert Varicella is going to check in for the Dream. Lou Payne goes Gives the ball off the back of the defender. And now Rumor. Rumor finds Louis Payne. Payne finds Varichello, who's going to take the three, and it's offline, rebounded by Waddell. Crane, but Louis Payne in the shooting lane for DuBois. Varichello thought he was going to take the other three. He wanted to take the other three, then he looked past to Lou Payne. Varichello, ball almost stolen by Vazola. Rumor, excuse me, is going to step in. Another foul on Lucic Jozak.
Always a lot of chatter on the floor when you have a coach and have such experienced players, and if they make a few mistakes, there's always talking to them.
Oh yeah, you can hear it. I'm sure they picked it up on the broadcast. Anthony Jackson guarding Lou Payne. Kentucky's Anthony Jackson. Rumor gives it to Payne. Here's Varichello, who's going to take that shot again, and that's going to be good by Albert Varichello. Crane for Kentucky finds Vazola, guarded by Rumor. That's offline, rebounded by Lou Payne. Varichello comes back, takes a three again, that's offline. Ball looked like it went out of bounds off of Kentucky. So during this timeout, we like to say, there's no party like a lobster party. It's Lobster Fest at Red Lobster. 9 great dinners and 3 brand new lunches to choose from. Make sure you stop into Red Lobster of DuBois, open every day at 11 a.m. Thank you, Lori and Red Lobster, for your continued support of the DuBois Dream. Also, we'd like to thank Downtown Imprints, Screen Printing and Embroidery, family owned and operated since 2001, providing the highest quality products and trusted customer service. Located at 55 West Long Avenue, call 503-8025 and let Aaron take care of all your printing needs. Thanks for your support of the DuBois Dream. Need a pick-me-up? Stop by your local roastery and cafe, Aegis Coffee Roasters and Cafe. Come enjoy a fresh cup of coffee made from fresh gourmet beans, roasted right here in DuBois, located at 3630 Watson Highway in DuBois. Thank you, Ree, and the entire friendly staff at Aegis for your support of the DuBois Dream. 8.5 minutes remaining in this game. Kentucky Mavericks 92, DuBois Dream 69. Catching up might be out of the question, but now you just want to prove a point and say, again, like they're never going to give up. I just want to show the rest of the teams in the league their mindset. And see DuBois look to answer against Washington on Saturday. So Varichello finds Sam Roselli, who gives it to Lucic Jozak. He wants to drive in. He finds Sam Roselli. Roselli will pull back and pull Lucic Jozak out, but his shot is offline. As there's a very nice pass by Jackson to Vazola. Alley-oop. We mentioned Anthony Jackson for Kentucky has been really impressive tonight. And Rumor is going to take the shot. That's offline. Rebounded by Sam Roselli, though. He gives it back to Rumor. He's going to go up, get fouled, and get the and one over Jackie Butler. Anderson, Jackson, and Francis checking in for DuBois. Rumore is going to convert the and one. DuBois trailing by 22. Just a little under 8 minutes to go in this game. Anthony Jackson for Kentucky winding down the shot clock. Finds a pass in Crane, who's going to pull up. That shot offline, rebounded by Francis, though. Rumore to Nick Anderson. He's going to get tripped. Anthony Jackson inbounds to Julius Francis. Francis look to Rumore. Now Anderson's going to take the shot, and that's going to be good by Nick Anderson. Anthony Jackson for Kentucky. Guarded by Nick Anderson. Nice defense by DuBois here, and rebounded by Francis. Tough defense. Allows DuBois to come back, and Rumore. We call it jump ball. Jackie Butler and Rumore. Good luck. Yeah. Rue 6'1", Jackie Butler 6'10".
Rue's up for the challenge.
If there's anyone to win it, he'd be the one. Jackson comes back. Nice defense by Nick Anderson. See Albert Varichello looked like he wanted to take the three. He's going to give it down low to Francis, who finds Jackson. He's going to get fouled. Upset the shot did not drop, but he's going to get a chance to add on at the line. Jackson's first shot, good. Dream coming on here as of late. Jackson converts both chances at the line. Been a huge part of this Dream team. As Vizzola put a move on Rumore, and that's going to be offline. Rebounded by Julius Francis. Now here comes Rumore up the court. Going to find Varichello. Varichello to Jackson. Jackson wants to take the shot. He's going to go in, and that's offline. It's going to be rebounded by Kentucky, however. Jackson with a nice dish. Crane, and he converted. So again, we see Nick Anderson for DuBois. His pass, Butler intercepted it. Call a foul on Francis here.
I think overall the performance with what happened the last time these two teams played in Owensburg was how well that Kentucky was able to control the boards. And I think the big adjustment they made tonight again in the boards was very well. Of course, Joseph Lushik-Jozak has made a big difference in this game in rotating Julius Francis in as well, away from Jackie Butler, as they making the substitutions. And I think that's been a difference in this game for the DuBois Dream. But again, Kentucky's these are the types of like when Rochester, Kentucky. This is what the DuBois Dream wants to get their program kind of build up to, and it's going to take time. You know what I mean? And over the course of the season, DuBois Dream, very young team, and it is definitely a nice, a good league to be a part of. The Premier Basketball League.
Yeah. So I'd like to give shouts. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and they're staying right with it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, they do not give up. They have nice rotation of players to move in here. The experience of this Kentucky squad, everybody's had international experience, and I mean, what can we say? I mean, they're hanging in there.
Yeah. So before we get back into the game, we'd like to say thank you to Sunny 106 WDSN FM at 98.7 on your dial for your support of the DuBois Dream. We'd also like to give a big thank you to our new sponsor, Brady Street Beer Distributor. Thanks for your support of the Dream, and we're going to get back into the game here. 5:49 remaining in the game. Kentucky Mavericks 96, the DuBois Dream 77. As the Mavericks have the ball here, you see Jackson guarded closely by Anderson. Crawford checking into the game these last few minutes for Kentucky. Guarded by Rue Moore, there's Anthony Jackson. Still guarded closely by Nick Anderson. He's going to fall down on his shot. Francis out rebounded by Butler, and Butler could not put a shot up. Nick Anderson gives commands to his team here. Here's Rue Moore. Wants to go in on Jackson. He didn't find DuBois. He tried to go to Anthony Jackson for DuBois. Instead he finds Crawford. Crawford's going to put a shot up and get another chance at the line.
Sometimes you get that split second to choose which way you're going to go, and that time, you make that cut into the right, and the opening's out to the left, and that sometimes you can get into that traffic and you don't get that play to go.
And one attempt is offline by Kentucky. You see Julius Francis. Francis advancing the ball to the court. Here comes Varichello. Mishandling in the pass. Crawford pulls up, takes a shot. Off the line, rebounded by Francis. Anthony Jackson for DuBois here. You know he wants to go in, but he just handed the ball to Francis pretty much. Francis tries to back down Butler. That's not going to work too well. And here comes Butler. The ball stolen by Nick Anderson. And that's going to be a nice hustle by Anthony Jackson for Kentucky. And there's a turnover. Jackie Butler. There's finish by Kentucky's Josh Johnson. Four minutes remaining. Kentucky has hit triple digits. Francis is going to take a shot. That's going to be offline. Jackson with the rebound, or attempted saving it, but there was no man there to grab it. I'm not sure a man could have grabbed that one. Here's Philyaw in for Kentucky again. Not taking the shot, but then he saw who was there. Controlling the ball again. Time winding down the shot clock. Finds Christian. His shot offline. Rebounded by DuBois, though. Rue Moore, just under 3.5 minutes to go. DuBois trailing by 25. Francis finds Varichello. Tries to go up. He's going to get fouled on the way up. He's going to get two chances at the line. Varichello's first shot is going to fall for DuBois. Let's see. Some late game subs. Varichello's second attempt is going to go just offline. Philyaw finds Wilford. And Christian, nice shot. Rebounded by Kyle Vogt. Again at the hustle of Kyle Vogt. Made a few notable plays this evening. Varichello wants to take the three. He will. That's offline. Rebounded, hit by Kentucky, out of bounds off of the Kentucky defender. It's all a learning experience for DuBois. They're going to have a few more games to go. They're still looking for their first win. And again, like we said earlier, it's all a learning experience this year. Next year, come back stronger. I'm sure they will. That's what this team always has done. So,
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Brad. And like during the course of this year, they brought in some players, from the state they won. And during the course of the year, you picked up a few players here and there, and everybody's excited, to get a couple players during the season and to add and to build on. And it's going to be there. I mean, as far as people to look at wins, everybody, hey, we're going to win, we're going to win, we're going to win. But you just don't develop that way. You develop it on character. You develop on the players and how do they respond. And, what kind of players do you want to have? Players that just want to show up and play basketball and then head out of town, with a paycheck? Or do you want a player that's going to be good in the community, work with the kids, and develop that rapport, and then the wins will come? I mean, that's how you build a program. And that's what Albert Barrichello is doing in DuBois.
Saw Joseph Lucic Jozak convert there. Yeah, if you build it, they will come. Wins will come. More players will come, fans. Again, thank you to the fans and the sponsors. Without them, none of this would be possible. As Rue Moore's 3 attempt is offline. Kyle Vogt gets up, gets the rebound though. Foul on Andrew Christian for Kentucky. Sam Roselli checks in for Albert Barrichello. Sam Roselli with the ball now, finds Calais. Calais dribbles around a man. Sam Roselli tries to back the man down, and he does, but his shot is just offline as Lucic Jozak controls the rebound, though. He's going to give it to Kyle Vogt. His shot also offline, could not be rebounded by Roselli for DuBois. A pass out of bounds from Kentucky. Here's Rue Moore for DuBois. Corey Calais is going to take the 3, and that's offline, rebounded.
That's the last 5 shots that has rimmed in and out, Brad, for DuBois.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck. That's all you really need as you see Zola here. Zola, excuse me. Almost stolen by Kyle Vogt. Shot offline and rebounded by Lucic Jozak. He's had a very impressive night. Now here's Rue Moore, just throws a prayer, and that's going to be offline. And Lucic Jozak shot, or could not get a shot off, as Bozzola's going to go to the line now. On Corey Calais for DuBois. Score is 103-78. You see Kyle Vogt. Gives it back to Lucic Jozak. He's trying to find a passing option here. Guarded closely by Devon. Sam Roselli finds Kyle Vogt. And Lucic Jozak throws up a shot, and that's going to be good. He had to throw it up just for the shot clock, as Vazzola is going to get a shot just inside the 3-point line, so it's only for 2. Vogt shot might have been tipped off his fingertips. 25 seconds to go here. And Kentucky can pretty much drain the clock the whole way here.
Probably just 1 second between the shot clock and the...
Yeah, shot clock violation. And you're right, 1 second. That's going to be the end of this game. The DuBois Dream fall to the Kentucky Mavericks. The Mavericks 105, the Dream 80.
Yeah, it's battled all the way through this game, and Kentucky rotated their players in and out of this one, and you just wish Kentucky the best the rest of their schedule. They got a couple of big games coming up, Rochester and the Ohio Bootleggers have thrown in there, Chautauqua back-to-back and more. And hey, go DuBois Dream. They got a big game at Washington against the Warhawks. And then they, of course, they're not sure again about that Providence game at Providence. They've only played like 5 games this year. So they're not sure about the Providence. They don't know the story there. So we'll have to wait and see. But they do have some home games coming up. And that'll be against Jamestown. And then Washington, they'll be at home. Is Adam coming up? Did he signal?
Albert was just thanking us for our work.
Okay, and then, but we do have, again, the home schedule, and it's coming down to the end of March when they finish out March 31st here at home against those Ohio Bootleggers again. So that's what we're looking at.
Thank you.
Final stats.
Got some final stats here, presented by John.
And our thanks to Stats. Is that Stats?
I believe that's what it is, yeah.
Our friends down below keep a running score. I'll see if I can talk into the mic. Well, Nicholas Waddell, he finished with a total of 13 points. I guess I gotta hold it out this way. Thanks, Nick. Hey. We'll get this right for you. 13 points for Nicholas Waddell, and he had 12 total rebounds. Nicholas Waddell with a double-double tonight for Kentucky. Also with 12 points. Jackie Butler with 12. Also with 13 points was Simpson, right? We determined number 10 was Simpson because McGee's no longer with the team. And also with 13 points, Ben Vazzola. Chipping in with 9 points was Mike Crane. So they're spreading the scoring pretty much all around. So and Anthony Jackson had 10, and plus he had his big night. And 7 assists for Anthony Jackson. He just flies when he gets that ball. It's like he glides on ice when he's out there. And so you're looking at the assists and turnovers. Kentucky had 20 assists, 17 turnovers tonight. So I'm sure the coach will probably work on that in practice. Let's take a look at DuBois Dream tonight. Coming up with Albert Barrichello. He finished with 15 points tonight. Also finishing in double figures was Anthony Jackson, who he finished with 19 total points. He had 8 rebounds and also 4 assists. And in addition, Julius Francis tonight, 16 total points and 14 rebounds. And I was curious about Joseph Lusic Josak, because he put in a quality game tonight, and he had a total of 9 points. But he had quality rebounds tonight, both offensively and defense. And how about the small guys who chipped in all night long, including Nick Anderson? Nick had a total of 7 points. And Rue Moore coming up at 30-point performance. Rue ended up with a total of 9 points. And everybody spread it around on the assists, but leading in the assist column were Louis Payne. He had 4 assists. Also Anthony Jackson with 4. And Corey Calais also had 4 assists. Now the big thing you look at is the assist and turnovers. DuBois had 20 assists, but the turnovers, 23 turnovers as far as, the key of the game. Now the score by quarters, bad quarter in the first, outscored 34-16. And then DuBois actually outscored Kentucky in the second, 26-21. And then the second half, it was Kentucky outscoring DuBois 29-22. And then in the fourth final frame, it was Kentucky outscoring DuBois 21-16 to make your final score 105-80, your final score here tonight at the Verichetti Sports Complex at DCC High School Gymnasium. And Kentucky, again, one loss in the season. That only lost to the Ohio Bootleggers. And the DuBois Dream at 0-15, but again, the big game coming up in Washington Saturday night.
Yeah, DuBois looking to get on the board in the win column. Once again, final score, the Kentucky Mavericks 105, the DuBois Dream 80. Thanks for listening. Once again, I am Brad Divens along with John Allen. Hopefully we see you out here next time against... Who comes into town next?
The next home game?
We have yet to be determined when the game actually is.
Right.
Okay. That's going to be Jamestown coming into town. Okay.
Yeah, to be determined.
Yeah, so the date is to be determined. Follow the DuBois Facebook page, like the page for more information. Once again, I am Brad Divens with John Allen. Thanks for listening.